go, my fellow Homo sapiens? It's your boy, the legendary Hadou, and I'm coming at you with some controversy in the One Punch Man community. Dark Shine's racist?
Nanny?
Alright. Before we start this article, there's a few things I'm going to do in this video, so I have to explain what I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to be referring to Black Luster as Dark Shine. That's his name, I know from the manga. Not just that, Dark Shine rolls off the tongue. Say it with me. Dark Shine. Second, when I say black character, I don't mean African American or African. I just mean black's character, meaning that the character has dark skin. So once we get that out of the way, let's go ahead and hop right into the article. So the article starts off and says, new outrage in the One Punch Man community. So at first, I'm like, okay, what is the outrage? What's going on? Is the fans upset because Madhouse Studios is not animating season 2?
No!
No, that's not it. Is it because some fans might feel that Tatsumaki ass is too fat?
No!
No, that's not it either. Then what could it be? It's Dark Shine. What? So we have to know a little bit about Dark Shine before actually hopping into this article. So Dark Shine is a S-class rank 11 professional hero. His anime debut was in episode 10 and his manga debut was in episode 29. His power is superhuman super strength, but not just that, he loves to flex and show off his muscles. Ah! He's a big buff black dude in undies. You can't miss this guy. So the article goes on to say, new hero debut in episode 22, season 2. And I'm thinking to myself, what new hero could they be talking about? Clearly they're not talking about Dark Shine, who debuted in season 1. Not the big buff black guy at the hero meeting, at the S-class hero meeting. Not the big buff black guy that was like, he will kill you. I love that dude. He was funny. When he looked at Tatsumaki, he was like, he will kill you. This is before I was reading the manga, and I was like, whoa, is King really that powerful? How powerful is King? When I first seen Dark Shine, I fell in love with the character, not because he was dark-skinned, but because he was extremely funny and he was instigating stuff. So I'm a little confused with what they mean about debut. I guess they're saying that he got a lot more screen time in season 2, but he debuted in season 1. So I'm like, okay. So all of this started off, all this controversy started off with a tweet. And it started off something, this tweet came off with, WTF is up with this black Lucius character on hashtag One Punch Man. Come on, we're still drawing black anime characters like this? And they had the 2 big eyeballs. And I'm like, how are we supposed to draw anime characters in current year? I mean, anime characters have come a very long way. We have so many badass anime characters out there. I mean, we get anime characters from One Punch Man, Afro Samurai, Hunter x Hunter, Black Lagoon. We got tons of great anime characters and they all look awesome. So I'm a little confused on why, how are the Japanese supposed to draw anime characters in current year? I think that they're doing a great job and showing some really badass anime characters. So the article goes on and says, Dark Shine isn't going over well with fans. And I'm like, what fans? You know, any fans that I have spoken to about One Punch Man either love it or you're someone that's not a fan and you dislike One Punch Man. But any black person that I have talked to about One Punch Man loves the anime. I have yet to meet anyone face to face that said, oh man, I didn't like the anime because of Dark Shine, or a black person that were like, they like the anime but they dislike Dark Shine. I haven't met anybody. Now I do understand, just because I haven't met anybody that dislike Dark Shine doesn't mean that these people doesn't exist. So I'm aware of that. So it says, the article goes on and says, the anime depiction of Dark Shine is inherently racist versus the manga. So I guess what they're trying to say here is that they depicted Dark Shine very racist in the anime, and the manga he wasn't like that. And I'm like, whoa, let's wind things back here. So what I did was I took the web manga, I took the official manga, and I took the anime, and I paired all three of Darkshine. And when you look at the most difference between Darkshine is from the web manga versus everything else. The web manga, he didn't have all that quality, he didn't have all that TLC, but when it comes down to the manga and the anime, the biggest difference between the manga and the anime is the anime, Darkshine has so much more shine to him. See, the manga, you really can't tell that Darkshine is really shining like that. You see a little bit of shine, but the anime, you can really see that shine. I mean, Darkshine walk into the room, you gotta put your shades on, because he brighten things up. And another biggest difference from the manga and the anime is that Darkshine have more detail in his muscles. You can really see him flex. You know, he dipped in butter and glistening, and you can really see the muscles. Those are the biggest difference, but the reality of it is, they're pretty much a clone. I mean, I feel like they did a great adaptation of the manga to the anime. I think they did it really respectable and really incredible to see Darkshine from the manga into the anime. It's incredible. So I don't really see this racist, this thing that become more racist in the anime that wasn't in the manga. I'm still a little lost on that. So it goes on to say, fan says the anime character looked like he stepped right out of a 1930 blackface cartoon. I'm like, blackface cartoon? Now here's the thing. I grew up with blackface cartoons. You see, in the early 90s, I used to have VHS tapes. I believe that's what you call. And I grew up with blackface characters. You know, I grew up with my Bugs Bunny putting blackface on and acting like a black person. I grew up with those blackface characters that ate watermelon, that had bald spots, that sit back and had huge lips that took up their whole bottom of their face. They was extremely black. They were savages, and they sit back and they made songs. But most of all, they were just dumb. They wasn't equal to everyone else. They could barely speak English, and they were just dumb. When we look at anime today, anime is leagues ahead of that. I mean, black characters in anime is equal to or greater than a lot of the characters in anime itself. Black characters are intelligent. They are taken care of in a proper way. 1930 depictions of African Americans or black characters was that it was ignorant, they wasn't necessarily human, they were just really dumb, and they love watermelon. These are two totally different. I mean, when you look at when you look at cartoons from back then versus anime now, there's huge difference. There's no comparison between black characters from that era and black characters for this era. Not just that, there's just one part of the article that takes a blackface character and they take a frame from One Punch Man and attempt to put it side to side and say, hey, look at the semblance. Look at this. It looks like blackface. I'm like, no, because what you're missing here is that One Punch Man is a comedy anime. So the face that Dark Lucius makes, where he's kind of like just standing there and he has his really big eyes, we have seen that same face with Saitama. Saitama makes those faces because it's a comedy anime. So we goes on to the next half of the article that I wanted to highlight, and it says the staff need to keep in mind how popular their anime is and that people of color enjoys this anime. And I'm thinking to myself, what? Black people have always enjoyed anime. Black people have always enjoyed One Punch Man. The problem I have with this, and another thing is, I saw a tweet that came with this, and the tweet said, if the Japanese had a more diverse audience, they wouldn't make someone as racist as Darkshine. I'm like, what? So the biggest issues I have with this is, first thing first, you're talking about Japanese need to have a diverse staff. Okay, let's just crunch some numbers here. So you're talking about a country that has 98% Japanese. That's their country. 98% Japanese. With a 0.5% being Korean, a 0.4% being Chinese, and a 0.6% being everything else. Black people is nowhere near 1%. Matter of fact, the time I lived in Japan and the time I went back and visited Japan, I have only seen a calculation of 4 black people. 4! And you expect a country of 98% Japanese to hire a black person to be on their staffs. So people in the West might not get offended over a character they added to their anime. That don't make sense. That just don't make logical sense to me. Not just that, another part I have an issue with this area, another part that I really just dislike is it comes and say, well, black people, they need to keep in mind that black people enjoy this anime, or people of color enjoy this anime. And I'm like, why is it different when black people like anime? Why is it different when black people like your stuff? We don't see the same outrage and all this confusement with white people. You know, we don't, when Japanese make anime, do they have to keep in mind that white people like their stuff, that Arabs like their stuff, that Muslims might like their stuff, that Christians like their stuff, that the Chinese might like their stuff? No! They don't have to keep in mind. They just create entertainment and they put it out there. But for black people, it's like, hey, you need to keep in mind that black people like this. It's like, why? Because some black people might get offended? Like, why should they care? They should be creating anime and entertaining the masses. Black people always love anime. You shouldn't have to change your dream or your anime because a group of people just so happen to like it. You should keep true to your dream and keep true to your original story. Like, there's this one area where I was watching JoJo's and they created this racist, overweight, fat American cop. And he was extremely racist. He was just an asshole. He was crooked. But you know what? I didn't see white people getting upset. I didn't see white people get mad and say, hey, that's a harmful stereotype. All white cops are not racist and overweight and crooked. No, they enjoyed it. They watched it. I didn't see anybody get mad about the depiction of white people here. No, it was just an anime to entertain. But when it's a black person on the screen, there's these huge issues. And I'm like, why is there always issues? And I think one is that black people are very easy to be baited. You know, it wasn't just black people I seen upset. There was tons of white people that I seen upset about a lot of the black characters in anime. And I'm like, wow, why don't I feel this way? Why am I so... I try to think, maybe it's just me. It has to just be me. Maybe I enjoy anime too much. Maybe I'm just not seeing this racism. So let's go ahead and look at a little bit of these tweets. So the first tweet up is, I really love anime, I really do. But what I don't like are black bodybuilding ass characters with big lips named Black Luster. Do better, One Punch Man. And I'm like, why do you dislike African American features? That's my thing. Why do you dislike African American features? Biologically, African Americans, biologically, many African Americans have larger noses, bigger lips, and bigger penises than their white counterparts. Nigga. I'm not lying. I saw it on Google. I Googled it. It said African Americans have larger penises than their white European counterparts. Hey, people trying to fact check me. And when I see anime characters that have African American features, I think it's incredible. I think it's impressive to see that the Japanese went out their way to draw those features and put those features on those anime characters. When you see those anime characters with slightly bigger lips or slightly bigger noses or being a little bit taller or more muscular, that to me is incredible that the Japanese recognize African Americans and put those characters in their anime. But I feel some people don't like that. And I can understand, but at the same time, I think that a lot of people, a lot of African Americans really enjoy seeing dark-skinned characters with their features in anime. I think it's awesome. I mean, the Japanese going out their way to do all that. Because the Japanese could have took this a plain template character and just darkened the skin color. They could have done that. The next tweet comes up and says, he's not black. Now, at first, I was going to write this off as ignorance. I mean, this is not something new in the anime community. I mean, if there's a black character and you get black people that start talking about that character, like, yo, that black character is awesome. You know, I have seen this quite often in anime community where you have a black character and fans get really hyped up, or you get a group of people like, yo, there's a black character, and they start talking this about that black character. You usually have that one person comes up and be like, well, that person's not black. I've seen that quite often in Berserk. You know, you have like a black character there. People's like, well, she's not black, But I'm like, but she's dark skinned. That's what I mean about black. And no, that person's not black. They're any other race but black. So at first I was gonna write it off, but then I took time to do a little bit of research. And to be honest, this person's actually not necessarily telling. He's not necessarily telling a lie. He's actually telling the truth to a certain extent. So he's telling the truth when it comes down to the web manga. In the web manga, Darkshine is actually not black. He's actually a light-skinned character who was very skinny. However, after he worked out and became strong, he became very built, buff, and he got darker skin. Now, here's the thing. Things have changed from the web manga from the official manga. Now, is this something that's going to stay the same? We really don't know because we really haven't got into Darkshine's past like that. And I think that it's possible that they might keep that light-skinned character, or it's possible that they might go a different route and say, hey, we're going to keep this character as a black character. He's dark-skinned. Keep it diversity. That's a possibility. But I'm going to keep an open mind here. So it's possible that he's not black if they go back to the web manga, and it's possible that he is black if they want to keep it going this way and say, hey, perhaps he is a dark-skinned character. So I don't really have an issue with that one. And the last tweet I want to talk about is really racist. Make them the darkest shade of black nearly every time. And I'm looking at this, I'm like, really? Really? We got one group of people that sit back there saying that black anime characters are too black. I saw that on Twitter. And on the other side, we got another controversy. I think it's with the Pokemon. They're saying that the black characters are too light. They're whitewashing the black characters. And I'm like, yo, y'all gotta make up your mind. Either black characters are too damn dark or black characters are too damn light. Y'all got to make up your mind. In my personal opinion, I don't think they're too black or too dark. I think the black characters seem to be awesome, but that's just my opinion. So the article now goes on to say that fans are not surprised to see the depiction of African Americans or blackness in anime. It comes with the course. My thing is, where are these anime fans and all this racist anime? That's where I'm confused. I thought I consumed a lot of anime, but clearly I don't. Clearly I'm missing something. So there's a lot of people that's upset as how black people are depicted in anime, and I'm sitting back. I've been really, really happy to see all these black characters in anime, but there's a group of black people and white people that's upset behind the depictions of black people. So what is my conclusion to all of this? What is my feelings over this whole article? Here's my personal opinion over all of it. I grew up in the 90s when there was rarely any black characters in anime. Most of your anime characters was white or Asian. And as the world is changing and we're becoming more connected, there's tons and tons of anime coming out with more and more black characters. And it's incredible. It feels good to see so many black characters in anime. It's just mind-boggling. But just because you have a black character in your anime doesn't mean that I'm going to watch that anime. But it does feel good to see black characters in anime. I feel that with this new generation and we're entering into this new culture, I feel like this new generation, they're spoiled. They're brought up with so many anime that has black characters that they can sit back and say, hey, they don't like how dark this character is or how light this character is or the features these characters have. I feel like they don't understand or feel or understand how it is to not have black anime characters. I think that's the disconnect from me and them, is that I know how it is not to have black anime characters, so I'm thankful to have black anime characters, and you have a group of people that has always had black anime characters, and they are not happy with those anime characters. So I try to see it from their side also. But I think that the big issue here is that we don't see this type of issue with white anime characters. There's always seemed to be an issue when it comes down to black anime characters. And this is terrifying because I think that this could make the Japanese scared, and the Japanese won't make black characters because they'll be feared if the West might call them racist for making a black character. So they will just stop making black characters altogether and just walk away, and all we will have is white and Japanese characters. And I don't want to go back to a time like the 90s where you rarely see any black anime characters. But is Darkshine racist? I'm going to come to the conclusion that no, he is a character that has dark skin. If you go off of the web manga, he's not black. If you want to go off the official manga, then yes, he could be black with black features. He is a very powerful character. He's S rank. He has a lot of respect, and he's a very cool and funny character. Overall, I think that this was an interesting article, but I feel like this outrage is just not real outrage. It's just people attempting to make controversy out of nothing. I think that black people are very easy to bait in. You know, I see a lot of white people saying this is extremely racist, and then I see tons of black people like, yeah, but at the end of the day, it's not racist. It's just a normal, funny black character that fits in One Punch Man, and personally, I'm very happy to see a character that has dark skin. But that's all I have talking about this article. Please let me know how you felt about this. Do you disagree with me? Do you agree with me? I would like to hear your opinions in the comment box below. But please rate, subscribe, comment, and share. It really helps the channel. Thanks for watching. Matane.